dive into this world that you don't really know what it is. You don't really know who you are actually, and you just sort of wake up there, and this is the character called Faye.
Yeah. Now I decided to follow this little deer here.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of character is it? Because I've heard different things. A little woodland creature.
Yeah, I'm going to explain it because basically Faye actually means fairy in Swedish.
Huh.
And I thought I want to pick something that just felt really sort of Nordic and weird and then, you know, mystical.
There's been a lot of discussion about that. Like, is it iron? Is it, what does it mean? But
yeah. It is a character, and it is this little character that, just stop a little bit there.
Oh, yeah.
To kind of show you. But basically, the character uses this song in the game, which is really amazing. That you can, with the analog trigger, you actually control the way you're singing in the game.
Ah.
Yeah.
So really, if you just touch it a little bit, it's cute like this.
I love it.
Yeah.
You do it all the way.
Yeah.
Did people in your office keep just doing that? You're still like, ah.
Yeah. We have actual voice actors coming in, and there's like weird sounds in the music studio.
Every day for a while was like people screaming and screeching and howling.
That is
There's not a lot of
howl.
Yeah, there's not a lot of dialogue in it, but you do communicate with the environment through all these different cries.
Yeah, and you can see while Alexander here is talking to the environment, you can see how it sort of reacts. Like every plant that you see will actually sort of move and react to this. And it becomes almost like a little musical instrument in a way. And you can actually talk to any kind of animal you find in the world and communicate with them through this kind of weird song.
Is that kind of the core gameplay mechanic? Is going
that is the core.
Befriending these
yes,
animals?
Definitely. Yeah, it's about going out there and using songs as a sort of like a language to the nature, basically, a simplified language. You can see here there's this really strange flower here, who's a little bit more intelligent than the other ones, as it's looking at you. And if we try to talk to this, you sort of connect to it. And if you find the right tune with it, sort of harmonize with it,
there you go.
Sort of, you know, you open it up like this.
Oh, wow.
It will help you out.
I love the sound design.
Oh, the Joel who's working on this is like,
he's amazing.
He's amazing. And
he does all the sounds and all the music. And
and he's bringing out these amazing musicians who are doing all the live recording in our studio. So we hear like violins and everything in the office. It's super nice. Yeah. So the flower here opened up these little platforms so we can move forward. So it's about connecting to the environment and seeing how it actually helps you forward, figuring out how this sort of like mini ecosystem is working.
So it's like mini puzzles within the game to get you to the next portion.
Kind of, yeah, but it's very open also. But you can see here, if you talk to this flower, this one doesn't really react positively. So and we don't want to handheld people too much. We really want people to go out there and find their own ways to find out how does this actually work. So yeah.
There's not a lot of, you know, on-screen prompts or tutorials to go through. It's kind of just like put you in the world, let you discover where it's going.
Yeah, we've really been trying to work hard with like figuring a natural way to teach people how to do it without throwing up, do this, do that, you know. It has to feel really organic.
And I found the deer.
You found the deer. So,
before.
you know, of course, if you ever petted a dog or something like that, if you had to go out to a dog you don't know, you use really calm sounds. If you scream at it like this, of course, it'll run away, you know.
That was a bad
So this is a way to use the musical or the song system where if you use like really soft sounds, let's see if you can get it back now. Try to be really calm with the sounds.
I love the image of this little character just sprinting through the forest, howling at this deer.
Yeah, so now it's interested, and then of course we can sort of connect to it and harmonize with it.
Now we're friends.
Now you're friends, yeah.
I love the art style.
Thank you, yeah.
Your amazing singing voice. You're in karaoke.
There's a lot of really nice, dark, black depths of shadows in there.
Yeah,
makes everything pop.
Right, exactly. We tried to find I mean, obviously we're a small team, but a small team can still do something really beautiful if you pick a style that really fits you and works with you. And also, I mean, it's nice to have something that's kind of simplified for the eye, I think, you know. So this little deer is following us around now. As you can see, it's very interested in you, and this is kind of cool about it. This deer can actually sing to these flowers, these draft flowers, and then help you move forward into. So it's not only you who has this singing sort of language. It's also the different animals have different songs they can sing with to the nature.
Do you ever get to a point where you're like kind of harmonizing with various?
Try see.
He flew
away. Out. Anyway.
He had his own plans.
Yeah, the owl might not be interested in you right now because you don't know its language. But later on, we will learn to speak to this owl and have a specific. I'll show that a little bit later in the game. The other thing that's kind of cool about the world is that we sort of built it in a Metroidvania style that if you look up at the waterfall there, Alexandra, you see there's more of these draft flowers there, but I can't actually get up there right now. I have to figure out a way to get up there, and I don't know that right now, so I have to return there later. But even if I get up there, I might not be able to actually talk to these flowers because I don't know the language for the flowers, and I can't bring it there with me. So you can always sort of return to the world and reuse it, and that's obviously the whole Metroidvania part of the game.
I'm gonna try to take this little weird thing here.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. We'll show that now. Yeah, there's all these little secrets. So if you have harmonized with this deer, you can also ride around with it.
Oh, wow.
Which makes you, it's kind of like a secret thing you'll find out. We don't tell people directly because if they find out by themselves, it becomes their discovery.
It's a nice surprise.
Yeah, it becomes much more interesting.
And it's nothing you need to do to finish the game, but you can explore
you
it.
You can do it. It helps you go quicker through the level. I think if you sing at the same time, it'll run faster.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Even I didn't know that.
I feel like this is the kind of game that's going to have a lot of these little surprises and discoveries.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So now Alexander picked up a shard, and this shard sort of powers the elder tree of the forest, which means that you can run down there in this hub thing and power yourself up. So you can find these different shards that are hidden all around the world, and they will power the elder tree, and if you power it enough, it will give you new abilities. So I think we're going to learn climbing here, which is a crucial part of the game.
Great video game soundtrack, though.
I think you're going to like this one.
Yeah.
I'm interested for sure.
So here, so now you actually learn how to climb trees, which is really, really useful in the game. So every time you see a tree like this, you can actually climb it. And it's very quickly, you just jump into it and just keep pressing the button and it climbs up to the top. So this now means that I can actually climb any kind of tree, get anywhere, and it opens up the whole world once more.
Now I'm seeing some of these other little rocks around here that have other icons that are not lit up yet.
Yeah.
So those are other abilities that you have to go out and find and then come back to this portal, basically?
Exactly, yeah. And this one is actually not necessary to finish the sort of the game. This is some extra ones you can add to the game to be able to open up more of the secrets areas in the world. Because the whole world is really connected in one giant map, and you can always return or go around as you want. We don't force anybody to do it. We want them to actually discover their own way and the way they want it. Like you can go around and play around with the little lizards and try to sing with them if you want to, but you can also, go straight through and try to follow the story itself. But it's up to you, basically.
How many hours of gameplay are we looking at?
If you just run right through it, it's probably like 5-6 hours, something like that. But if you go out and pick up all the shards, talk to all the different animals, learn all the things there is to learn, then here she's connecting to these little lizards. They're super cute, actually.
Yeah, they're cutest in the
Aww.
Yeah, I was going to say you made the Metroidvania comparison. Is this the kind of game where you're going to have a completion percentage at the end of the game, or are you going to have different things that happen if you beat the game in a certain number of hours, or is it kind of a more singular experience?
It's more singular experience, I would say, but and I don't want to dwell too much into it because there's a couple of secrets in there, but yeah, and it's very open like that. You can play it in a couple of different ways.
Yeah.
Experience where you just walk through the world and you arrive at this giant deer, and the antagonists now called the Silent Ones. We haven't seen much of them here in this demo, but they have captured this giant deer. And one thing you've learned now is, of course, tree climbing, but we have also learned how to sort of glide like this.
Oh, cool. And
the combination of those two are super nice. Climbing a tree and then gliding from one tree to another. You feel like this little tiny squirrel jumping around.
Yeah.
Super nice. We have also learned now a new language, which is the bird language.
Oh.
So Faye can actually imitate a little bird. It's really cute. And this one opens up these flower pots that has these kind of like a bomb in it. Bomb
Plastic
seeds.
flower.
Bomb seeds. So we're going to try to open up this construction here.
Nice.
I feel like you could press the share button at any point and get a new desktop wallpaper.
Oh, not gonna fall down.
I love the aspect too, the Silent Ones, which I know the enemies. They're the ones that are like capturing all these like beautiful creatures that are singing, and they're like these meanies that have no voice.
Yeah, if we have time, we might be able to show a little bit of that at the bottom down there.
Oh yeah, they're lurking around down there. Yeah.
So as I told you before, you can climb any kind of tree, and if you look at the giant deer, we see
He's got trees.
There's trees. So and it's way too far away, so we can't actually communicate with it now. So we want to try to get closer up to its head. So good luck getting up there.
Yeah, thank you. It isn't flying.
Bit of a Shadow of the Colossus vibe.
Yeah. The mini Colossus.
Mini one.
It's quite big.
Wow, look
Oh,
at
like
that.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, there should be some silent ones
Now,
down here.
I noticed when he's the bird, he now has like that yellow coloring on it. So does that change now every time you have a different voice?
Yeah, it's a way to basically show what kind of, we're trying to build that into the whole ways of understanding what language do we have right now. And watch out, I'm gonna climb up there
Oh my
quickly.
God. Start thinking about the